So I've been called upon to make up some type of shit list. Bring up my frustrations with people or things. And that's hard. It's something I see that would have me stepping on quite a few toes.
It might help to break down what would qualify someone to make your shit list. The clothing store you worked for. What things about them would upset you?
Well, they'd be on it. At times the work sucked when we'd have no customers. You couldn't just mess around, at least I didn't. You were working alone in a bad area. They couldn't afford to have a partner. Bad business if they didn't. And they needed better vetting for suppliers.
Tell us about these suppliers.
This guy came in looking for sporting goods. Something specific, not something the store stocked. When we didn't have what he was looking for, he got real mad. Pulled a gun, took the money the store had, and ran for it. That was when you showed up. I later found out, I should have known then, that sporting goods was code for something. In this case, firearms. The police showed I found out through research, legal advice, that the store was used as a front for imports or produce, code for drugs, or printing, fake licenses, and the like. Problem was the police just would not let go of the idea that I was involved no matter how much evidence I could show otherwise. Even with what by rights should clear me, they ignored the evidence. As did my own lawyer, because of how much the police were after me for it. The people who were involved were also after me, actually tried to stop me from being cursed into a confession.
They wanted a conviction. Didn't matter that you weren't involved. The authorities needed someone, anyone, to pin the blame on. And the people who were involved thought you would sell them out despite the fact you knew nothing.
You see, that's why I disappear into comics. Games. Fiction, as you say, plug into the Matrix as a way of dealing with it all. Eventually, sooner rather than later, it all came to a head.
Do you think you are up to discussing how that happened?
I think so. Saw this robbery. If you didn't know, it's like a school shooting. There's so many, only the big ones make the news. Someone tried to stop the offenders and the police just up and shot them. That's how I knew beyond all doubt I couldn't trust them. I already knew I couldn't trust the people using the store I worked at for smuggling.
How did you get out of it?
When I knew guns were among what they were using the store for, right? I found them and took one. Then I just ran, shooting at anyone trying to stop me. I had to get away. Find you. Given you helped before, I figured you would probably help now.
You wanted to be like me after I stopped that robbery the first time. I figured putting you with that San Fernando wrestling trope was the best way.
It wasn't what I was expecting, but then it kind of was. They pulled some prank and the bikers they did it too took it personally.
Well, that was the idea. That you wouldn't be using guns. Be in a position where you would have to use it. But you're telling me that mess the wrestlers you were with was over a joke. They thought it would be funny to pick a fight with fucking bikers?
I couldn't believe it either, given what bikers are like. You thought the smugglers were bad. These guys are drug dealers and meth heads, killers, rapists.
That's a horrid stereotype. It also happens to be true. For some of them. And these fucking degenerates thought it would be fun to make them mad. Damn, I should have saved you and left the rest.
I'm glad you didn't. I don't like the idea that you would leave a woman for a biker gang to rape to death. I don't like that idea at all.
So, based on that, would they make the list?
Bikers, yeah. Would be fair to say, based on what they do, put them on the shit list. And police, and lawyers, and smugglers, and the store. No, it was a shitty situation. I'm not sure they can be blamed for anything wrong. The wrestlers who picked a fight with those bikers, no. They're cool dudes. They can be excused. School shooters can go on there. And hypocrites. I hate hypocrites.
Right on. So if you were to make a top 5?
I think, maybe. School shooters would have to be number 1. Then bikers. Smugglers. Police, because not all of them are bad. I hope anyway. That would be my list.